Hey Armisters, we are about 10 days away from King of the Table 11. And the main event changed. It was Denis Ciplenko versus Hermes Gasparini, but because of Denis's health problems, he has huge problems with his hips. I think he already had a surgery, now he wants to do another one. Inflammation, everything. He couldn't train to his fullest and he had to step out and postpone this match. I really hope it's going to happen because I think it's a great match to have. Hermes Gasparini is on a great wave, and Denis Ciplenko, a legend as he is, we want to see him at his fullest, and he needs to, if we want to see some of the glimpses of what we consider Denis Prime, he needs to face tough opponents, and I think Hermes Gasparini is definitely a very tough opponent. So I hope everything goes good with Denis's health and he comes back and we will see that match, because I know Hermes was extremely motivated. He trained I think over half a year just for this match. He knew, I think in December already or even before, that he's gonna face Denis. He's been training like madman crazy and I think he's in a great shape, and I'm very sad I will not see him in Dubai on King of the Table. But we have substitute, and it's a very, very interesting match. Kamil Jablonski versus Vitaly Ledetin on the left arm. I love this match. I think it's a absolutely great addition to the King of the Table. Stylistically, so let's go through a lot of things. So a lot of people are saying, well, Kamil has no chance because Dave Chaffee was fighting Vitaly, he couldn't even get to the straps. Only when Vitaly allowed him to get to the straps, then he could do something. Well, Kamil is a presser. Dave Chaffee is not a presser. And Dave sometimes, most of the time, holds on a little bit too long. And Kamil can, he can press like this. He doesn't need a strap. And I think he will get to the strap. I think the height will not come in favor for Vitaly because of how long he is, and you're going that way and your opponent going that way. Most likely there's going to be a slip and we might see a really good match in the straps. What comes into Kamil's favor? First of all, I think the dude's extremely motivated. He's been gunning these matches. He's been having not only a lot of matches, he's been having a great run. He just pulled on Knuckles Up and versus Mirtalek, and he beat him. He's in shape. He's extremely motivated. His left arm is a very dangerous weapon, in my opinion. He's really good. He's really good. His match versus Tobias, it was close. It was back and forth. What Tobias can do, and what I haven't seen from Vitaly, is coming forward with the shoulder, crossing the center line. So imagine this, your opponent, if he's trying to get this, right, this is where he's going, and even if he loses the wrist, this is where he's going. And if you just go backwards, you can go backwards, you might still get trapped because they just kind of will lean into you, right? So you might end up in this position. So best, I think probably the best we have seen was Jerry versus Hermes, and Hermes was gripping low, he was going to hook him, and then he went over and out. He went over and out. Over, I mean over his pronator by helping him, because already pressers, usually they will sacrifice their pronator just by going forward, right? So you kind of dropping this in. And if someone helps you to rotate, you're in this position and you're most of the time completely neutralized. Because then it goes this is open top roll, this is the position you most likely end up in open top roll or king's move, right? And in a press, you want to end up in this position. So it kind of takes from one to another. I think that's where he's the most dangerous. In my opinion, still, Vitaly is the favorite. I just think extremely dangerous opponent for him. Really good match. I hope it turns out to a war, because if Kamil is not just good on a go, he can slow press you. There's so much power behind him. He's been working on it, training on it. His last performance was really good versus very strong opponent. Different style of top roller, like not all top rollers are the same, and we see it very, very, how to say, clearly. Vitaly might need to come forward, because if he just gets stuck here and you expose your back pressure too much, like there's just a finite amount of time you can actually defend yourself. We have seen this many, many times. Great top rollers versus great inside pullers. You can take the hand, but if the hand is not the thing that your opponent really cares about, your opponent more cares about staying close. Kamil wants to stay close. He wants to keep his pronator as much contact as possible. And if you're just going backwards, you might not get that pronator. So I want to see how that will come into play. Vitaly is extremely, extremely explosive. Really, really fast, really, really strong. Probably, in my opinion, like looking like he's coming into his best shape ever. After the match versus Hermes, like he turned, I think, a lot of things around. He started doing arm wrestling full time. Before then, he was still working. Now he's still working a little bit, but it's just he said eating, sleeping, and training. That's all he does now, and he set his goals on the highest prize in arm wrestling, let it be left or right arm. I don't know. And for left arm, we have one more super great match. Like I just have to talk about. We have Ivan Matyushenko versus Artem Morozov. Artem, like he's the super heavyweight. The run that he has been on, the opponents he has beaten, and it's it deserves a video on its own. And I think I'm gonna make a little bit of video on that. But yeah. Overall, I think we lost really good match, but for me, this piqued a lot of interest, and we had a call with Engin, and I was like, I really like this match. As a fan of arm wrestling, and I think a lot of people really like both of these athletes. They want to see more of them, so I think it's kind of fitting. Denis and Hermes, a lot of people in community was looking like Hermes was going to dominate that one. Right? So in this one, it's not as clear as who is the favorite because of how great Kamil has done in past super matches, right? And yeah, I'm really, really excited to see this match, and I think it's fitting, and I think it's a good substitute. But I really hope we will still see Denis versus Hermes, and I know Hermes wants to fight the best Denis possible. Like, he wants to fight that one. He doesn't want to fight, like, just to have that on his resume that he beat up, like, you know, not in shape Denis Cyplenko. And Denis will take the match only when he thinks he can beat him. Like, when Denis took a match versus Devon, he was 100% sure that he's going to win. That's how he felt. Most of the times, we see arm wrestlers coming back, and I think there's the ones with biggest legacies. If they are not in shape, they will not pull. We see Travis Bagent is going to come back on East versus West, and I believe if Travis coming back, Travis will be in shape. Travis will be in a great shape. He will not take a loss on a big stage. No, he's not there to do that. So quick recovery for Denis Cyplenko. Hope we'll see Hermes Gasparini very soon on the table. But this match versus Kamil and Vitaly, it piqued my interest. I want to know your thoughts. Are you excited about this match as much as I am? Because I really think it's a great, again, two opposite techniques, and has all the writings to be a great match. Yeah, I'll see you guys in Dubai. Stay strong. Love arm wrestling.